So, what if I told you that you could completely ditch the chemicals, the abrasives, and all that hazardous waste from your cleaning process, and, get this, work 3 times faster while you're at it? Yeah, it sounds a little too good to be true, I know, but we're about to look at a technology that's completely changing the game for industrial surface prep.
Let's be real for a second. This is a huge question for any business. I mean, you see the invoices for the blasting media or the chemical solvents, right? But what about the costs that are hiding just under the surface? You got to ask yourself, are these old school methods just quietly bleeding you dry month after month?
Okay, this is where it gets really eye-opening. We're going to break down the true cost of traditional cleaning, and believe me, it goes way beyond just what you're paying for materials.
So just take a look at this. With sandblasting, sure, you buy the media, but then you're paying for hazardous waste disposal. You're paying for all the time and headaches of regulatory compliance. And, of course, there's the massive downtime for setup and cleanup. And it's the exact same story with chemical stripping. The solvents are just the tip of the iceberg. You've got disposal fees, specialized safety gear, environmental rules. These hidden costs, these are the real budget killers. And it all just piles up into this list of operational nightmares. You're in this constant loop of buying consumables, getting rid of hazardous waste, and losing precious production time. It's this frustrating cycle of spending that you just accept as a cost of doing business. But what if it doesn't have to be?
So what's the way out? Let's just leave all those headaches behind for a minute and step into the future. Let's talk about the power and precision of the Chihalo 1000-watt laser cleaner.
Okay, so here's the magic of how this works. Laser cleaning isn't like scraping or blasting. It's a completely non-contact process. A super focused beam of light literally vaporizes rust, paint, and all that grime, and it leaves the surface underneath perfectly clean and untouched. No media, no chemicals, no secondary waste to clean up. It is really that simple. And when I say works, I mean it works fast. We're talking a 300% boost in productivity compared to a smaller 500-watt machine. To put that in perspective, a job that used to take you 3 days, you can now knock out in 1. Just think about what that does for your labor costs, for your project turnaround. It is an absolute game changer for your entire workflow. So you might be wondering, why 1000 watts specifically? Well, because it has the raw brute strength to handle the really tough jobs. It can blast through rust up to 15 millimeters thick. It can strip away multiple layers of paint in just one pass. This isn't for hobbyists. This is the professional-grade power you need for serious, high-volume industrial work. All right, let's get to the part I know every business owner is waiting for, the return on investment. Let's dig into the hard numbers that prove this isn't just another piece of equipment. It's one of the smartest financial moves you can make. I just want you to let this number sink in for a second. $27,000. That's the net savings you're looking at over 5 years just by switching from sandblasting to a 1000-watt laser. That's real cash that goes directly back into your pocket, to your bottom line.
And this chart really tells the whole story. Look, there's no question the initial investment for the laser is higher. We see that. But you have to look at the 5-year total cost. That constant bleeding of cash for consumables, for labor, for waste disposal, it makes sandblasting and chemicals way, way more expensive in the long run. Over 5 years, the laser is the undisputed financial winner.
And here's the best part. You're not waiting 5 years to see the payoff. Most of our customers get a full return on their investment in just 8 to 14 months. Think about that. After about a year, this machine has completely paid for itself, and all those massive savings are just pure profit. I mean, how many big investments do you know that pay for themselves that fast? This right here gets to the core of the savings. Once you own the machine, what's it cost to run? Basically just electricity. We're talking about $1 or $2 for a full 10-hour shift. That's it. The endless cycle of buying media, solvents, gloves, and respirators, it's just over. So now that you see the incredible value, let's get into the nitty-gritty. How do you pick the perfect machine for what you actually do? It's all about matching the right tech to your specific job. You basically got 2 main flavors here. Think of the pulse laser as a surgeon's scalpel. It delivers energy in these tiny, quick bursts, which is absolutely perfect for delicate, precise work where you cannot risk damaging the surface underneath. On the other hand, you have the continuous wave, or CW. That's your sledgehammer. It's a constant beam of pure energy built for maximum power and speed on thick rust and heavy coatings. And here's a quick little cheat sheet for you. You can see right away the Pulse models are your go-to for precision and general use, while the CW model is just an absolute beast designed to maximize speed on the heavy-duty stuff. Picking the right one is the key to getting the most out of your investment.
Look, an investment like this is a big deal, and it requires some serious confidence. So let's talk about how to protect that investment, how to avoid the common mistakes people make, and how to choose a partner you can actually trust.
Okay, let me give you some crucial advice. These are the mistakes you have to avoid. Buying the cheapest machine you can find, especially one with an unknown laser source, can be an absolute disaster. Ignoring the duty cycle, that's how long the machine can run before it needs a break, can totally wreck your workflow. And skipping a sample test on your own parts, that's just a huge, unnecessary risk. And don't even get me started on cheap water chillers or a lack of real tech support. These details are what separates a reliable industrial tool from a very expensive paperweight.
And that's exactly why we make sure you're covered with the Chihalo Advantage. We only use top-of-the-line laser sources from the best brands in the world, like Raycus and IPG. We back every machine with a solid 2-year comprehensive warranty. We absolutely insist on doing free sample testing on your materials so you know exactly what kind of performance you're getting. And if you ever need help, our technical support team is right here in the US ready to pick up the phone.
So after seeing the incredible speed, the massive savings, and the amazing technology, there's really only one question left. Are you ready to stop draining your budget on cleaning methods from the past and truly, completely revolutionize your process?